What's going on, guys? If you don't know me, I'm Epic Spartan the 100. I have been on YouTube for a long time. I've been on Twitch for a little bit, and my YouTube and Twitch career has been pretty awful because I am horribly inconsistent. But Valorant closed beta came out at this point about a week ago. I got beta access. I got the Twitch drop about the second day in. I was watching Tin the Tatman, and I won the drop when 112,000 other people were trying to get it. So I was pretty fortunate. I'm very convinced in the competitive scene, Valorant is going to be the next big thing. And I'm trying to get an early start on it. I have no experience in CS:GO, and this game is much CS:GO. I have a total of 50 hours, I think, in CS:GO, because I wanted to try it when I first got a gaming PC. So I never got that good at it. I'm still pretty trash, and in Valorant, a lot of the same fundamentals that are put into CS:GO are in Valorant as well. And I'm suddenly trying to learn a whole new style of play because I'm originally from Call of Duty. I spent 6-7 years of my life playing Call of Duty, every new Call of Duty that came out every year. So this is a whole new ballpark for me, and I'm trying to learn. So I thought I would start this. I don't know if I'm gonna do this again. I just thought I would try it the one time. I have a game here that we won. I did not do exceptional. I didn't do really bad either. And I'll do reviews of good games and bad games. This one we won. I wouldn't say I got carried. I say I held my own pretty well. And so I'm just hoping to learn and be part of this new community that is arising from Valorant. Valorant is taking the world by storm almost. And yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm excited to get good. So what I'm doing is I know some fundamentals. I know some tactics, some techniques, and I'm trying to implement them into my gameplay. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going into a game, doing a VOD review, talking about what I was thinking at the time, and what I could have done better, what I should have done different, or what I did and why it worked. Maybe even if it shouldn't have. The title is probably like new, like reviewing Noob VOD or something like that. I'm the noob, so this is coming from a new player's standpoint, and anybody finds this video and wants to like give me tips or whatever in the comments, please do so. I'm trying really hard to learn. I'm watching other people play. I'm trying to study, and I'm trying to implement it into my own gameplay. I'm trying really hard to get better at this. And it's a real challenge because I know what I'm trying to do, and I'm really competitive. So when I don't do it and when I'm not successful, I get super tilted. I can play 5 games, and then I'm too tilted. I gotta walk away. So I gotta work on anger issues first of all. But yeah. So let's go into the VOD review. All right. So here we are in the agent select screen. I have been playing a lot of Raze when I first started the beta. Raze was the first character I unlocked with the free agent activation or unlock or whatever. And so I played Raze a lot, mostly because her kit was super easy to use and understand. A lot of her kit is just, hey, throw it there. Either slow him down or kill him. And her ultimate is super simple. Her boombot gives a ton of information, but in a game like Valorant, to where it's a pick and lock system, I need to know other characters so that if Raze is taken, I can play someone else confidently. And then I picked Omen just because his personality is cool, he looks cool, and I actually think I like playing him more than I like playing Raze, just because it's a little more methodical, takes a little more thought. With Raze, it's pretty mindless, to be honest. I think nobody can deny that. So I'm probably gonna be playing Omen a lot, mastering his kit. I've played Sage a little. I've played Sova, Phoenix, Jet. So I the games are so long. I'd say it takes just 1 or 2 games to get a good. I'm not saying to master the kit, but to get a really good feel for the kit, 1 or 2 games is all you need. Um, so I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of how Omen works for the most part. So here I am. I'm preparing my dark cover. I'm getting behind the box so I don't get killed as I use my move. And what I'm doing is I'm smoking this site so that it blocks me moving over to Cubby. Now, if you're hired to player, it's just not doing this just because if you're pushing it with smoke, it's probably pretty predictable. I'm not a very good player. I know these guys I'm matching with probably aren't that much better than me, so I'm hoping I can pull this off and get away with it. Unfortunately, this round no one pushes up short A or whatever this call out is. Raze has Spike over at Showers. That's really good. We know where it is. I can go over there and help her if need be. She ends up getting 2 or 3 more kills over in Showers. And the rest of the team is coming back because they don't see anybody else at B. And they're coming back to help us control A. I sit in my corner just in case someone peeks around, tries to flank the rest of my team. I finally leave because there's one person, I saw them on the minimap, and we won the round. And there I was just playing around to see what the dark cover would do. I thought maybe it would come from underneath the ground and be above ground, and it didn't. So I bought light armor. I fortunately did not die, so I was able to keep my ghost, save some money. I did not buy an SMG or anything just to save some money. I know I have pretty low confidence in my ability to stay alive, so I like to buy the Spectre a lot to save money pretty often. And here I am preparing to use the same dark cover move. I'm going to smoke it, walk, get to that cubby, and hope to pull off a kill. I now have paranoia in case I get the opportunity to blind somebody. Someone just died B, so I'm aware that it's possible they're committing there. I hear footsteps. I know someone is here. Crosshair placement, super important here. So I have little notes above my monitor to help me remind myself to do certain techniques. Right now I'm trying crosshair placement. Crosshair placement is where you place your crosshair preemptively where you think they're gonna be. So I'm trying to keep it a headshot level, and unfortunately when they come around this corner, let's watch it here, my crosshair, she's walking so we can't hear her footsteps. Oh, you heard it there? You see me have to like track her head down and to the left. Unfortunately, my crosshair, let's try to find it again. Oh crap, sorry guys. I'm trying. It's very clear right here that my crosshair was way too high. I don't know if I was crouching, so that made me overcompensate. I can't remember, but my I am overestimating how tall this. Who is this? Sage? I think that's Jet. No, it's Sage. It's the black hair. I'm overestimating how tall Sage is, so I cannot give myself the easy headshot. And she unfortunately sees me. I try to strafe to one tap her, and she kills me instead. She gets 3 shots off before I could get 2. And if I would have stayed in that corner, it would have forced her to strafe again, giving me the possibility to one tap that time. But instead, I challenged her, giving her control, and I should have just stayed in that corner and not played aggro. Something, you know, probably speaks to my Call of Duty history. I wanted the kill. I challenged it. I wanted it. B is over at Spike. I think Sage ends up getting this kill. Not Sage, Sova. I constantly get those two confused for some reason. So yeah, I think at this point, it's a long time before I try that dark cover spot again. I don't remember where this kill ends up. Oh, sorry, I guess I could get rid of that. Oh, okay. So we actually win this round because timer runs out. Alright, so nothing big for me yet. I think the first 3 rounds are pretty boring for me, actually. So here, I bought a Vandal, heavy armor, realize... So, hold on, let me rewind for a second. That was too far. No, it wasn't. So up here, it tells you the minimum you're going to have next round. After I bought the Vandal and heavy shields, I saw I would only have a minimum of 3,700 next round. That's if I went out there and just died. I would have a minimum of 3,700 the next round. Now that's only if I don't get kills, if you don't win the round. So in case I just died, in case we didn't win the round, I didn't get any kills, I sell the Vandal and buy the Spectre. I think I also bought light armor. No. Okay, so I kept the heavy armor, sold the Vandal, and bought the Spectre. I buy the Spectre a lot just because I have lack of confidence in my ability to stay alive. I buy the Spectre to save money. And here I think about playing U-Haul, play this angle, and instead I realize I'm using an SMG, and if they're playing with a Vandal or a Phantom, I'm a very big disadvantage. So I come closer so that I can have this angle, which is way closer, and just because of the higher fire rate, I have a higher chance against a Phantom or a Vandal. So I didn't get to mention the minimum next round feature. A very general tip that I've learned from other players is you want to keep it at least 3,900, because even if you can't buy any abilities, that allows you to buy a Vandal and heavy armor. Because despite how many abilities there are and how you can use them, outgunning and out-aiming your enemy is going to be the most important thing you can do. So, if nothing else, make sure you can get a weapon and some armor. Here, I think they're fully committed to B. I turned back around to maybe watch flank or to check sight, and it said no, it's better if most of my team is around Spike, so we can watch Spike. Jet gets the kill, nothing from me again. It's fine. I did not die, so I did not have to buy armor or gun. I saved the Spectre to save money. Again, I like to save money a lot just because I have lack of confidence in my ability. I'm holding the same corner just because I know I have that advantage if need be. We are constantly triple stacking at B and 2 at A. And I like to have 3 at A. I don't play with a 5 stack. I don't have any friends on PC, so I don't have anyone to play or communicate with. I don't like playing in game chat just because I have social anxiety. I get stressed out really easily. So I need to make some PC friends. So I think here we hear some footsteps. Again, trying really hard with the crosshair placement. I hear the footstep. So what I decided to do is use my paranoia, and that was really risky because they could have walked and I not know exactly where they were. Let's pause it for a second so I can talk about it. Let's rewind. So I decided to use it. I send it down a lane. Okay, it's a pretty big orb. If someone is in the center of it, it'll completely nearsight them, pretty much blind them. I think it's called displacing them. And then if they're in the outskirts of the orb... Okay, hold on. Let me rephrase. I'm not even completely sure what this does. I think the center of the orb completely blinds them, and then the outskirts of it, if they're in that, it nearsights them so they can't see as far. I believe this paranoia nearsighted this sage, so that when I strafed her, she couldn't see as far. There's a good chance she shot at me because she heard me walking. But as far as I know, I don't think she could see me. Now this was really risky because they could have walked a good distance, or there could have been multiple layer that would have really screwed me. But I was able to get the nearsighted. I was able to get. I hope I counter strafe there. Because if you counter strafe, it resets your movement and makes you a lot more accurate. I throw my pistol in the teleporter to bait them, to make them think that someone took the teleporter. I do it a couple times this game. I couldn't tell you how successful it actually was, because I don't know. I smoked back sight from that door, and this was an absolutely stupid play. So, I smoked backside because people like to sit there and watch hookah. Okay, I think I played that part pretty well. This was a lack of game sense on my part because I thought there were only 2 left. I saw one, went to spray one. I hit her twice. And because I was moving and jumping, the spray was awful. I thought there were only 2 left. There were 3 left. So as soon as I jumped that corner, I got sprayed. Was demolished. So that was a really bad play on my part. If I would have played that slower, I could have maybe gotten 1 pick. But I would say smoking that backside, that back door, and CT is a really good play, and something I'll have to do more often. I really like playing around with the dark cover just because you can get crazy distance with it. Like it can, like you can send one from A all the way to B long, which I don't know, is crazy. But I'm using a Vandal right now, so I am holding this angle, and I'm trying to hold it at headshot height. I peek and strafe back, trying to keep my crosshair in the same place. I take teleporter to help. Now here, this is also something really good about Omen and this map. You can use teleporter and then smoke it. You can do this with Brimstone and Jet too. But I smoke it so that people can't see me come out. I blind him. Okay, see? I am a console player. PC is still relatively new to me. When we look back at that, my aim was fine, and I knew exactly where they were. So I used my paranoia to blind them. You can see that they're blind, but I did not. If you look at it, my crosshair, I was not consciously trying to keep my crosshair on her head when I turned the corner. And I immediately flicked to her body and keep it on her body with the vertical spray. So that's just something I desperately need to get better at, because if I'm doing that all the time, I'm going to be beaten by players that can consistently one tap. If I hadn't blinded her, and she was very capable at one tapping, I could have hit her twice in the body. She hit me once in the head, and I'd be dead. Which is a lot of where my frustration comes from. I know I have to hit him in the head, and I try very hard, and it ends up not happening because I missed. And I think I have a bad habit of moving my mouse to counter recoil before I even start shooting, like preemptively controlling my spray. So I think that's another reason why I'm constantly hitting body shots instead of headshots. And that was really funny. You can hear me laugh out loud. I think a Sova shot electricity arrow through the teleporter, and it teleported and hit her as she was hiding in that room. So that was pretty funny. Here I am, Vandal, holding this side again. I feel pretty confident holding A. Actually, on this map, this is probably my most comfortable map. I'm pretty okay with holding a lot of these angles on defense. I like this. I like this A short. I like B short. So here, constantly reminding myself, keep it at the head. There. Okay, hold on. So let's see what I did. First time I've ever done a VOD review, by the way, so. I strafe, and what I did, my aim was high, and it was too far to the right. I was trying to keep it here on the wall in case someone was peeking. He was full out swinging, so I had to flick to him. So my crosshairs on him. I'm trying to adjust for vertical spray, and hit a lot of vertical, a couple body shots. I could see my recoil was going above his head, so I stopped to reset, and then I hit him in the body again. I did not aim for the head. I thought I've got a couple shots on him. Let's just reset and go for the body. It was very successful. If that player was any better, I could have very easily died to a one tap. I need to get better at the one tapping. Here, I know there's another player. You can see how hard I tried for it. I think it was 3 different times I attempted to counter strafe. Counter strafe, that's wood, right? It was the 3rd attempt. I finally tapped on her head, which is crazy because if I had died there, I would have probably would have lost it. Because I swear it, I'm gonna watch it again. Shots like that, I think I just watched the bullet fly to her right and to my left. So even though I'm clicking on her head, the RNG recoil made me miss. Maybe I did not counter strafe correctly, but as far as I can tell, I counter strafed, clicked on her head, and the bullet missed. Maybe I did not do it correctly, maybe my timing was off, but I tried it 2 more times. And I even like reset and tapped it, and I still missed. So I don't know. I know from that distance it's a lot better to burst instead of full spray anyway. That's what I try to do a lot of the time, and then I just get beat by better players. My aim is fine, and the spray was like Call of Duty spray, a lot more predictable, a lot easier to control. My aim is fine on PC. Here, I saw them both, the running to spawn. I call need support, so I'm not taking one on 2. They're trying to rotate it A. My B thinks they're fully committed to B, so I call him over to A. I completely blinded. Let's talk about this real quick. You can't hear it in the video, but I'm pretty sure I heard them walking in showers. That was my decision to paranoia. And Raze is completely blind. I feel very confident about getting this kill. My crosshair was not at headshot level. It's something I need to constantly remind myself. But I had control of my spray. I did not hit enough shots before she was unblinded. I controlled the spray well enough to kill her. And then, this is a Call of Duty reload. I killed 1 person, and then went to reload. Turns out, I had no idea the jet was to her right. And, I think what I should have done was played this corner a lot more. I full out swung on that Raze. I did kill her, but it got me punished because Jet was able to trade. So, I Call of Duty reloaded. I didn't place my crosshair. My spray control was eh. That Jet totally should have won that fight, and instead he got clowned on by my Jet. With 1 HP, by the way. He had 1 HP left. I didn't even see that. So at this point, we have a couple rounds in. We're winning by 4. And, I eventually buy an op. I don't like to buy ops unless I have a ton of money and we're up in rounds, because the confidence in my ability is low. I'm holding this angle again. I don't remember how this goes. I back up here because I don't want to get killed by a rocket launcher. I couldn't tell by the audio cue where she was. I see her use abilities and showers. If I would have swung, I unintentionally baited her here. If I would have reacted a little quicker, I could have killed the Phoenix without my rays dying. That was a dead lucky headshot. I don't know how it happened because, as far as I'm concerned, I was shooting really low. But I believe what happened was I saw them fighting at B. I heard them fighting at B. I threw my teleporter to fake them out. I threw my pistol through the teleporter to fake them out. And then I'm pretty sure I heard the enemy Omen walking. And then let's see this turn around again. I threw it. I hear him. And I don't even think I heard him. I think I just happened to turn around and he'd be there. So it was a really good flick on my part. I don't know how I hit his head. Because I started on the body. I guess it just must have been the vertical recoil that eventually got to his head. Point is, I did not, I didn't want to tap him. I had to get like 3 shots in. I almost used my ult there without realizing that they only had 2 left. It was like 3v2, and it was really good. I didn't use my ult because I was Sage used hers, and there was no reason for his 2 ults there. There, I tried to smoke out of the teleporter, and she was standing right next to me. She was behind me, and I didn't know. I thought she was further up, fighting him on B, or at least in hookah. So that was just a good play on her part. You know, I didn't expect her to be there. I don't remember who wins this round, actually. So yeah, we can actually see here. I one-tap the Phoenix, which was pretty cool. I didn't say it was out of skill. And then I got 3 shots on the Omen, twice in the body, once in the head, and that was just due to the vertical spray. Also had a huge advantage that I was using a Vandal and he was using a Spectre. Right in the groin. I remember that now. We thought that she was committed to B. She knew that, so she rotated over to A to plant there so that we had to play retake. And playing retake is harder than keeping sight. I mean, yeah, keeping bomb sight. So I think here I bought the operator. No, I stick with a Vandal. It must be next round I bought operator. I haven't used my ult yet. I don't understand when to use ult. I don't use it very often because you can hear it from such a far distance away. And I didn't notice at the time. But when you're landing with your ult, people can hear it. That second huge circle on the tactical map, when you're picking where to teleport, people can hear you if they're in that circle. Oh, I did buy it. I was talking. I didn't notice I bought it. I bought an op. So I see Ray's holding short, so I hold showers. And their Omen smoked it. So I tried to shoot him through the smoke. Here I whiffed 2 shots. This would have been a much easier round to win if I had hit those. That's just a case of, with the operator, I wasn't too concerned about aiming for the head just because I know I can one shot to the body. I missed both those shots. I missed a third. I'm pulling out my knife to move quicker. And then here I smoked showers so I could peek again, not realizing that Our Jet was moving in there. I don't know if my smoke helped or hurt her, but that's just a lack of communication since I'm not in game chat. And that was something that's dark cover I could have used a long time ago. I just did not think about it until that moment, unfortunately. And I've hardly used my teleport. The teleport doesn't have a far range at all. But they can't hear you land, so it's really good for that. I've I've seen some crazy teleports, and I've done one or two myself, to where it shouldn't have worked, but it did, because they can hear you initiate it, but they can't hear you land, so there's no audio cue telling them where you might be after you teleport. Here I see that short is being held by someone else, so I hold showers again. Again, not worried about where my crosshair is, just as long as I'm standing still. I go to a different angle, so not as predictable. I wait a second, try shooting through the smoke just for the fun of it. Fail, unfortunately. This flash right here, he was over by those boxes in a completely different lane, and it blinded me. I could not believe it. Full blind for a couple seconds from all the way over there. That needs nerfed in my opinion. I keep holding my angle. I think I hold spawn just in case. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what my thought process was here. Is Spike down here? No. I could have held I was spawn just in case he tried rotating from B. I don't know why. In fact, he's at B and we kill him. But I don't know why I moved to where I did. You gotta pay attention 100% of the time, and I think I got cocky there. I think that's what that was. Up 8-1. Again, I'm not being carried, I would say. I think if I was constantly dying every round, we could say I'm being carried. But I'm holding angles, I'm getting kills, I'm saving my guns, so. Here, I would raise Bison LMG just to clown on the enemy, and she should not have done this realistically, and she should have died, but she gets away with it and kills the Omen. Here, I believe, yeah, I whiffed 2 shots on the jet. I'm trying to help Aosova hold this angle. Try to wallbang. Aosova killed her. Me, I'm just... No, nothing exciting for me. We're just talking about positioning, talking about crosshair placement. I bought a... Did I buy a sheriff here? No. Sometimes I'll buy a sheriff just because I have a ton of extra money just to put it to something. So I'm not carrying around the classic pistol. So here, I'm holding the angle. I crouch so that they can see less of me. Pretty sure I hit a shot here. Pretty easy one too. I checked up a box just in case. And then moved my own because I saw he was moving. He moved over to B, thinking they had committed. I held my own. There we go. I hit a shot there. And I hold my own just in case they decide to come to the site. I think I actually moved because Spike was over there. Yeah. Our Rays was just absolutely clowning the enemy team. But I knew that because Aosova was rotating over to B to help, that I had to keep both angles now instead of just showers. Here was the last round of the half. I bought a Vandal and marked it to my team just in case they wanted one. Reason I bought a Vandal to replace my operator was, 1, I could afford it, and 2, I wanted to use my ult just so I could use it before I lost it. I teleport back here. Actually, no, I think I'll hold it for a second. Yes, I'll let them get further into showers. And I really like playing this angle too, because not a lot of people check here. And if they do check it, I can usually get the shot off first. And a couple different characters can get up this high. Jet, Raze. Here I am using my teleport. Their Omen did the same thing. I teleport over to behind showers. I hear them in showers. So I'm hoping to get an off angle. Oh my god, I completely forgot about this. Okay, so this is awful. God awful. Let's go back to the teleport. Gathering Shadow. Okay, here. I'm, first of all, very bad crosshair placement because I'm looking. If someone was there, I'd be looking at their legs. Bad Cody. But here, I see him. I start going up and over to his head. And I think my very first shot, unfortunately, I went to shoot my first shot. My first shot completely missed, whipped it to the left. I tried to reflick, and I was too low. See, now that I've recorded this and looking it back, in the moment, I would have been convinced, hey, I freaking shot him in the head. What happened? Watching this back, I know my crosshair was a little low, and I shot him in the shoulder and not his head. So I tried to reset and hit his head. And I tried it a couple more times. I was ready for him to strafe. I was ready. I dodged his paranoia. I tried to paranoia him to stop him from pushing. I counter strafe here. Try to keep it at head level. And he's using a Spectre. I whiffed every shot here. No. I eventually killed him. So now I know why I whiffed so many shots watching that back. In the moment, it's like I'm pretty sure I clicked on his head about 5 times. Why didn't he die? We got 4 body shots off. Only reason I didn't lose that fight was because he's using a Spectre and not a Vandal. If he was using a Vandal, he for sure would have killed me. Just my weapon gave me the advantage. Finally moved on to attack side. My team is up 10-2, feeling really good. I've gotten a couple kills. I'm feeling pretty confident. Here, I prepare using my dark cover. What I did was, I think I ended up blocking 2 people with it, but I sent it so that it would cover people pushing B long, so they could get closer to that door without getting picked off, was my thought process. I'm not sure if it's worth it. I just thought I'd try it. Here, Alsova, this I got clowned on hard. Alsova used whatever the ability is called, the tracking bolt, I think. And I knew exactly where this Jet was. She was sitting in the corner. So my thought process was, I know exactly where she is. I'll keep my crosshair at head level, and I'll counter strafe this and 1 or 2 tap her. So let's see where. Okay. So after pausing it and looking back at it, looks like my crosshair was about chest level. I didn't really want to show that yet. Crosshair, crosshair. So she was jumping, so that kind of, messes me up anyway. But where she was, I like, if she was just standing there, I would, if she was on this, it would have been in the chest. If she was standing, it might have been the head. But as you can see here, if I was any better, I probably could have just 180'd and hit her anyway. Because but I was too slow to react, and this dash gets me killed. She dashes, turns around, and hits me once in the head, and it kills me. And then in the moment, it made me really angry. But watching it back, I know now that when I shot at her, I whiffed it and shot to the right of her head twice. So that I just got outplayed. If I was better, I could have killed her, because when a Jet dashes like that, there's a big delay before they can use a weapon again. And I was too slow. I whiffed my shots. And this Raze should not have pushed and jumped like that. That was a Call of Duty move. Our Sage walls off so that they can't enter through there. And the reason that Raze shouldn't have done that is your accuracy is so much worse while moving and jumping, especially doing both. So, although it looked like she was clicking on her chest, the bullets were going everywhere but her chest. So, that's why a lot of people, like, most people, know to stand still and maybe even crouch while they take a shot so that the shot is way more accurate. That was a very well placed headshot on her part. I wish I could play like that more often. Good for her, getting out of there with 25 hit points left. I think I save for... yeah. I buy a ghost in light armor so that my minimum would be at least 3,900 next round. I think this was the second round anyway, so this was an eco round anyway. I wasn't keeping track of that at the time, so I should have immediately bought the ghost anyway. Again, could have bought the sheriff, but with the sheriff you have to one tap or it doesn't work. Here, I really like pushing dark cover over to that corner by U-Haul, so that because people like to sit U-Haul and peek somebody, like holding that angle against somebody peeking, and then I like to double smoke so I can get up to U-Haul. And then I push up U-Haul. That was my phone. I'm watching Haven. I come back with Sova to watch. I go back to watch that angle, see that Sova's on it, so I come back. I saw someone die Haven, so I'm watching Haven. Jet. I know Jet just got 2 kills. And Haven. I'm not quite sure what the thought process was right now. Okay, we don't know where the Omen is. Nothing is telling me where he is, so I just run away from the bomb to save. Because unfortunately, if you're too close when the bomb goes off, you get killed and lose all your stuff. So, that was... I don't know if pushing smoke light... I think smoking with dark cover on U-Haul is a really good play. As far as pushing up onto dark covers, I don't know if that's effective against better players. I just know people who I'm playing against aren't going to be that good because they're more on my level. I just feel like I can get away with that. So, once again, I get it more in the middle here, I think, so I can get up the boxes. I don't know if she planned on blocking both of us off. Okay, so I used dark cover to cover my teleport. And I wanted to get behind this. I wanted to cover. And then teleport behind this wall, and I missed. The teleport's range is very short, unfortunately. Obviously, it probably should be, otherwise it'd be broken. Since you can't hear it, so I went to teleport there, and the only reason I didn't die was because there's no one to my right to shoot me. If there was someone there, I definitely would have died. So I pushed up U-Haul so I can watch Heaven. I actually smoke Heaven, so anybody there. You can hear me audibly laugh out loud because that shouldn't have worked. It did work and it shouldn't have. I smoked Haven originally so that that Omen could not see forward all that well. I wasn't sure how it would affect the upper level. Obviously, it didn't reach exactly where I wanted it to. I don't know if I could have done that better. But I think that blocks most of his sight. I think. I'm not 100% sure. I think it did the job I wanted it to do. And I knew someone was still up there, so that's why I went to peek it. And I I think he was already low, because I shot him once in the chest and he died. Pretty sure I get... Oh, yeah. So I throw my pistol to bait, hoping she would think I'm in the teleporter. I walk around. I can hear her walking on the sand and moving toward me. So I think, okay. See? Alright. This is where map knowledge comes in. I place my crosshair where I think the head is going to be. What I did not take into account was the stairs here, which should be on a higher plane, so what I think is going to be her head is actually her waist. The first thing I shoot at is her waist. I counter-strafe, shoot, and don't hit anything but her body. I got 2 in the body, so I didn't kill her. She got 3 shots off, I got 2 shots off. And I think that because the gun she was using had a higher fire rate, otherwise I would have been a lot better off. That, and I think I took some damage before that fight. So it was just unfortunate. That could have been a 1-tap and I missed. It is what it is. I think this is the last round. I go for the same play, I believe. I duck cover that so we can push up the box. And I'm a little... I use knife to jump over quicker. And then I think I pushed the U-Haul again. Watch Haven like I did before. Omen dies. I hear footsteps to my left. She's in heaven. I hear footsteps to my left, and I saw the orb. So I knew she was there. Unfortunately, let's look at that again. I had the advantage because I knew she was there. But my crosshair placement. Let's see where it was. First thing I was looking at was a chest. So it eventually... I think the vertical recoil eventually went to her head because that's not where I was originally looking. But she looked at me and I did get the headshot. Probably took 2 headshots. I went to smoke heaven because I knew that there was someone there. She died and we won. So not a very exciting round. I guess if nothing else, this was more practice in case I do this again in the future. So, you know, if I do this more often, and I hopefully plan on streaming, I want to stream this, but I know how bad I am, and I don't want to play bad live, but, so, we'll see if I do this again in the future. Honestly, doing this more often will probably help me a lot. So I might just do this for myself. And, you know, if anybody like I said before, if anyone wants to comment on something I could have done differently, something I can implement into my game to make me play better, or if you want to play, I would love to make some PC friends just so I can have some communication. I don't have anyone to play with. But yeah. Anyway, I hope this was a super long video. I know this wouldn't be a short one. So anybody watching this, obviously, would be looking for educational content. Unfortunately, I am not a pro player. I do not have a pro's understanding of the game. This is from the look of a new player, someone who is trying to understand and learn how to play. Hopefully my gameplay and commentary will evolve. But I want to bid you all a good day, and thank you guys for watching. If you're new here, please consider hitting the subscribe button to keep up with the content, and check out my Twitch down in the description, my Twitter. I want to bid you all a good day, and just in case I don't see you later, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bye!